Okay, so I promised to show you some about this computer. Hey, there's a reflection. That's not a picture on the screen. This is a very reflective screen, which is why I'm doing this at night. Unfortunately, I've chosen to sit under the awning here, which is very, I don't know. Wow. So I've kind of angled this here to maybe a better angle for you to see things. Hopefully, I haven't turned this on yet out here, but what you'll see is that I have it unplugged right now, because I want to show you. I've made this so this starts up faster than almost any system that you've ever seen before. All right? So I'm going to do this, and I turn on the computer, and it's going to start up. Okay? That's the disk access light on top there. And guess what? The system is already handed off to my software. There's a little checkbox. That's why I've been calling this the checkbox, because there's some money in this. I don't know. The time's wrong, but this system has not the best real-time clock. So what I've got here is a home screen. The home screen is very easy to understand, hopefully. A lot of user interaction research has gone into making this system. What you're looking at is actually a hypertext browser. If you don't know what that is, that's kind of like a web browser. It's very easy to program and understand. The hypertext browser exists in less than 15 kilobytes of scripting code. That's very pivotal for why I decided to program for things like this instead of other platforms that require a bunch of downloading. And when you're on a metered connection, such as this cellular phone that I have, this is a federal subsidy cell phone that if you're on low income or no income, you can get. It's colloquially known as an Obama phone SIM card. I got it in a cell phone that I had purchased. I hope I can keep this focused here, because I'd like to show you that this is actually a usable interface. I just got inertial scrolling going the other day on, I was hoping to show you this for Martin Luther King Day, but that's when I got the map working. The map is actually all the way down at the bottom here. And I'd like to show you that first, because it's very contextual. You could actually see the airport in the background here. Now, I'll note that this map does not have up-to-date or real-time information. This is just a kind of test information I'm using to test with. And to start the app, hopefully, I just tap on the link like that, and there we go. Here we are. This is the main terminal map the BWI Airport provides. But you see it darkens just to make sure that you can see all the other parts. This is some information system design that I've been studying for years. I just now have been able to make this app in one day to show what this can do. So it's very slow in here. It's a lot faster on my computer because it's redrawing every time I put something on the screen. If you can think of Walt Disney having like just really fast, just to be a completist, you can think of how this computer is doing this very slowly right now. But I promise I'll try to make this a little bit more faster for you. But when you move the map with your finger, I'll place back up and let you see what's around here. See, it is kind of slow, but you'll notice that there's a little route that's already planned. The little blue circle is where our supposed person is standing right here. If you're technically not here, but neither am I. I'm outside. This person, however, let's just say he or she or they has returned from a flight here in the D area. There's the Pathfinder's information desk highlighted in red there. Let's see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in on this? I don't want to. No, you're not. Oh, well, thanks. Okay. But it doesn't really show in this. This is a blue dot that tells you that this is a water fountain or a restroom. So I have a route mapped from where I am. The system can detect this with wireless networking. There's no transmission required to determine this. It does not have GPS. So this is a very low-cost solution to find things indoors. And the price is probably wrong. That's actually a simulated car that's parked. These are all random numbers that they put here. I should say that I put here, that they would show up on here. Here's a 2-hour and 7-minute time on that clock. That's maybe an $8 fee. But they would actually put this in at maybe TSA to show that this is a checkpoint that has a 10-minute wait time. So that's the D&E checkpoint. If we look over here, though, where the route is leading us, I actually planned a route which would take me to a water fountain and maybe over here to the other Pathfinder's information desk. It's over here near Southwest Terminal. You see there's the other things here. There's 3 other security checkpoints. And, if you have a view like this available to you when you arrive at an airport, your agenda becomes a lot more clear. You know exactly maybe where you need to go or what's around you. These are actually airlines. I have not done this yet, but these are actually the actual locations. These are all the airlines here at Baltimore Washington International Airport. They actually do have names in the system. You can make routes to them if you're an employee. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Surprise, you can actually move things from thing to thing. If you're a person who manages a place like this, it becomes very apparent what you can do with very quick access information. Again, I made this in a day. All this information took me maybe about 2 or 3 hours to get all the coordinates and things right on here. The routing was the hardest part for me. I'd like to make it so it actually gives you a walking path, but that takes a lot of time. I just want to get something here to show you what's here. But this is what I have right now for I've got another map that I'll save that for later. That's a very interesting and important map that I'd like to show you. BWI is an airport. You may kind of think of where I would proceed from that point if there are airplanes at an airport. It's interesting. BWI Airport looks like a crab, doesn't it? We have crabs in Maryland, and a lot of people like eating them. But you'll see that this took a little while. You see that all the little dots kind of shuffle on the side of the screen and accumulate to make sure that you know exactly where things are. You know where there's stuff over here. Let's do that. See, that's what takes up a lot of the processing power, because it's actually drawing every dot that's on this map. So I don't want to bore you with this anymore. So to get back to the home screen, there's no home button on this yet. So I'm going to do this. You just hold it at the top, and you're back at the home screen. There's such a thing. The other thing I want to show you, there's a lot of stuff in here, but the thing that this took me an hour to make this. I told myself, Doug, you're not going to eat until you do this. And that was a stupid idea. You should really eat as much as you can if it's possible and if it's healthy to do so, especially when if or when, gosh forbid, you ever have diabetes, hypoglycemia, things related to that. But benefits. Now, this doesn't connect directly to the state of Maryland, but if you connect to a web browser and save it to your computer like I did, I loaded that in here, and within an hour, I have a beautiful presentation of what my state food benefits were. All right? Isn't that beautiful? Great text is displayed in this hypertext browser. Everything that I need to know about where I stand with my EBT results. Available for use is $139. That's in a very good roll of farms. They have a very good selection of EBT things, but it does give me an opportunity to try to see how I can interoperate with the systems that are around me. So, this is the beginning of what I hope can lead to other things for me to be able to understand how all these balances and numbers fit into things. I think this is maybe the start of something that lets me know what balances I have available for use. So just wanted to show you that. It's kind of an interesting thing. And there's a lot of other stuff here. Let me see, it's a draw application that's draw something. Hey. Let's see here. I don't know what the heck that is, but it's just a cool little app that lets you know that yes, this is an interactive system when it wants to be. There you go. So I drew something. Good for me. But yeah, there's a little game here. There's a blood glucose meter that I haven't been able to get working recently because I don't have it with me. I figured, ouch, it hurts. Maybe I'll do that later. So there's a music player. There's the NPR news that we talked about. The Reader app, which again is providing this beautiful view that you see here, the program selection. This entire system can fit on something that takes less than 20 megabytes of disk space. This entire system, minus the music files that I have just for my use, just to test this out. But there's graphics. I'll kind of leave you with that and let this thing do its little thing. This is a graphics demo you would see on any computer, maybe of the 1980s. This is just to show that yes, this is a viable computing platform for graphics also. Okay. This tells me that yes, if I wanted to make a map that showed things on a screen, I'll just do this to not distract you. Oh, that's doing the circles. So boxes, circles, and lines and things. That's what you would typically see on a computer that needed to demonstrate graphics back then. That's what I've got to show you right now. This system also works on my PC. I'll show you that maybe in a bit. But what you're going to see is exactly what you see on screen here at a lot faster rate. This scrolls a lot faster on the computer, but I've not optimized this yet. This is just what I can get on screen and as quickly as possible in the circumstances that I'm in. So I wanted to thank you for kind of watching this. If you're interested in this, I'd love to be able to get something in your hands. I've got something in my hands. It's a cell phone. It's not this. Because this is it's very heavy to carry around. But you can I've designed it like this. It is a design, if you want to call it that, for a reason. You can actually use this to clip this on things. I've got this clipped on my finger right now. So I want to thank you for your time, and them as well. You can clip this on a clipboard. You can clip this on anything. If you're a worker, this is very useful to have handy. So thank you. I hope to talk to you soon.